Ladies and gentlemen, the horses are on the track and parading to the post this evening's first race, first half of the daily double. Field of 8 going to the post. There are no changes. Fillies and mares claiming pacers, racing 1 mile. Number 1 is Merry Midnight. Held by Curtis Best of Malta, Dean Best of Stockport, Ed Ryder trains, Brad Hanners driving. 2, Jiggy Jung Bluegrass, owned by Tom Lovely and Rick McKinney of Ohio. Tom Lovely trains and drives. 3 is Mindy Baker, owned by Richard Stevens and Sal Nusser of Columbus, Roy Murphy, the trainer with Dave Miller. 4, Wild Image, owned, trained, and driven by Mark Evers. 5, Scoreboard Paddy, owned by Milt Wilkinson of Hilliard, Richard Randall trains, Jim Shelton drives. 6, Winsome Special, owned and trained by Marlon Smith of Thornville, Darren Mausera. The 7, JR Aphrodite, owned, trained, and driven by John Barnes. And from post 8, it's Direct Pride, owned by the J&L Duval Stable, Bayside, New York, and Franklin of Lexington, Kentucky. Tommy Smith trains. Ryan Holton is in the sulky. First race, pacing fillies and mares, lining up, moving in. On the backstretch, there they go. And they're off, and it's Mindy Baker from the inside. First for the lead from the far outside. Challenging is Direct Pride. Mid-track third, it's Winsome Special. From off the rail in fourth, Merry Midnight. Far outside 5 comes JR Aphrodite. At the rail in sixth, Jiggy Jog Bluegrass. 2 lengths in seventh, Wild Image. The early trailer in eighth is Scoreboard Paddy. Around the first turn and on the front with the lead, it's Mindy Baker. She leads here a length and a half. 2 inside and second, Winsome Special. And JR Aphrodite is hung out the first quarter. The opening panel in 28 and 3. Merry Midnight has a lead. Winsome Special. A bad break there is now trailing, and that gives JR Aphrodite a seat behind the leader. And now to the outside, Merry Midnight gets underway in third. Inside and racing fourth is Direct Pride. Jiggy Jog Bluegrass to the outer flow in fifth. At the rail in sixth, Wild Image. Then seventh to Scoreboard Paddy. And the trailer now recovering after that break. Winsome Special is trailing eighth. They reach the half, 59 and 2. As they make the turn to the backstretch, on the front, it's Mindy Baker extending her lead now 2.5, 3 lengths. JR Aphrodite is gapping badly in second. Merry Midnight to the outside, and 3 wide. Here comes Jiggy Jog Bluegrass. Scoreboard Paddy is also in the hunt now, racing fifth. And angling to the outside, Direct Pride around the tiring cover. Into the final turn, Mindy Baker has led every step of the mile. 3/4, 129 and 4. But Jiggy Jog Bluegrass, odds-on favorite, driving up alongside the challenge, the leader. At the rail is Merry Midnight and Scoreboard Paddy into contention fourth. They've lost an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. It's Mindy Baker. But on the outside, Jiggy Jog Bluegrass puts a nose in front. And a circling is Wild Image. As they drive the deep stretch, Jiggy Jog Bluegrass. Here comes Wild Image on the outside. Jiggy Jog Bluegrass at the wire. Wild Image was second, tight for show in 2 minutes and 1. Trackside into the winner's circle. Unofficial winner, the 2-horse Jiggy Jog Bluegrass, 10-year-old daughter of Fortune Ritchie. Owned by Tom Lovely and Rick McKinney of Ohio. Tom Lovely, the trainer driver. Win number 4 for the season. Pacing tonight's mile in 2 minutes and 1/5. Second race, claiming pacers on the backstretch. There they go. They're off and pacing, and from the far outside, Kudinator flashing some early speed. Espo from the inside is second. Alongside in third, BJ's Free Wheeler, and coming away between horses in fourth, it's Helen's Rip. At the rail in 5, Hope to Shout, 2 lengths in sixth. It's T-Bone Stakes. At the rail in seventh, Land of Salt. The trailer eighth is Simcoe's Image. Espo sets the pace here, leads by 2. Battling here for second, Coordinator is pushed off his feet, going off stride, and that will leave Helen's Rip uncontested for the place spot on the inside, and now third is BJ's Freewheeler. Opening quarter 27-2, and Espo dictating the fractions here. Helen's Rip is right at his heels. At the rail and at 3 lengths in third, BJ's Freewheeler. Moving briskly to the outside, fourth comes T-Bone Stakes. Hope to Shout is now locked in fifth. Simcoe's Image to the outer flow in sixth. Then comes Land Assault, seventh. Coordinator is lagging behind here following the break. Trailing eighth, they reach the half, 58 seconds. Now to the back stretch. And on the front, Espo with Helen's Rip, a tight second. At the rail in third is BJ's Freewheeler. And first up and fourth comes T-Bone Stakes. Hope to Shout continues to be locked in here. And to the outside, Land Assault is underway as they race down the back stretch. Racing towards the 3/4 mile marker, and Espo has led every step of the mile, continues to lead here a length. On the inside, Helen's Rip is now locked in second. 3/4 in 1:27.3, and T-Bone Stakes inching up steadily on the outside. And Land Assault drafting along with that cover is poised to strike 3 wide. And Hope to Shout will have a lot of ground to make up here, 4 wide with less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Espo continues to lead, but there's Land Assault. And Land Assault at 20-1. Hope to Shout has shaken loose. And Hope to Shout breezing up here by 2.5, 3. Hope to Shout. Land Assault was second. 1:57.2. Introducing the official winner of the second, number 3, Hope to Shout, a 6-year-old Ohio bred son of Happy Chatter from the Landslide mare, Devastating. Owned and trained by Jim Price of Spencerville, Ohio, driven tonight by David Miller. Hope to Shout extends the winning streak to 5. Now he's 5 of 9, and again lowers his career mark tonight. Lifetime best 157 2/5. 3/8 perfecta paying $77.80, $77.80. The 3/8-2 trifecta $522.60, $522.60. Tonight's daily double combination post this evening's third event. Claiming condition to Stallions and Geldings, racing 1 mile. Field of 9 to 1. Won by a hair, owned by Newt Thomas of Columbus. Alex Spence Jr. trains. Randy Tharp's driving. The 2, TDF Baskin. Owned by Michael Pointer of Westchester. Glenn Collins trains. Dave Miller drives. 3, Around Town, laced by Bob Perry of Franklin. David Perry trains with Donovan Jr. 4, Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching, Jesse Asher, the owner. Carla Griffin trains with Ryan Holton. 5 is Dance Craze, owned by Bill Lambeth of Columbus. Jimmy Majeski trains. Dave Majeski drives. The 6 HR Sculpture, owned by Roy Murphy and Kelly Gillis of Solana. Roy Murphy trains for Mike Wilder. 7, Bronx Buster, owned, trained, and driven by Jane Goverick of Lexington, Kentucky. The 8, Mr. Precious, owned by Ralph Lunsford Jr. of West Alexandria. Ralph Lunsford, the trainer-driver. From post 9 is Color Our Fortune, owned by Clara Young of Springfield. Darren Mauser, the trainer and driver. One play show perfecta super. Third race, pacing Stallions and Geldings, all in behind the gate. They're on the back stretch. There they go. And they're off in a 3-way. Make that a 4-way battle early from the inside. It's TDF Baskin around town between horses. Then comes Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching, and far outside Mr. Precious, also in the hunt. At the rail in 5 is Won by a Hair. Angling in 6th, Dance Craze. Inside in 7th, HR Sculptured. For the back, 8th is Bronx Buster, the early trailer. Color Our Fortune. Reaching the first quarter mile marker, Mr. Precious has taken the lead here, but back to the outside. A challenge comes TDF Baskin, opening panel 28 1/5 as they come past us for the first time. TDF Baskin, the heavily favored, now retakes the lead, and Mr. Precious will get the guard spot trip behind the leader in second. Cha-ching, cha-ching, moving first to the outside, challenging the leader. And Dance Craze is directly behind him with cover in fourth. At the rail in 5 is Around Town. Inside and pacing 5, it's won by a hair. He's followed by HR Sculptured. They reach the half, 57-1, and TDF Baskin extends the lead here by 2 lengths, 2.5. Inside, Mr. Precious is gapping slightly in second, and now tiring after the try early, and going back to the pack is Cha-ching, cha-ching, and swinging to the outside around that tiring cover is a Dance Craze. They race down the back stretch, and now TDF Baskin is being pressured by Mr. Precious. Mr. Precious pulls the pocket, comes to the outside as they reach the 3/4 together in 127 flat. TDF Baskin, but Mr. Precious is right there, a 45-1 shot. He puts a nose in front. Out of the outside, Around Town, poised to strike 3 wide. Now less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come, and Mr. Precious with the lead, won by a hair, finds racing room between horses. Far outside, Around Town, and Around Town, one final surge, gets up to win it, over one by a hair, and Mr. Precious. Big Towner from the Nero mare, Lovely Violet. Laced by Bob Perry of Franklin. David Perry trains. Donovan Jr. is in the sulky. Around Town records his 4th of the season, his fastest of the year, 158-1. The perfected 3-1 paying is $76.20, $76.20, 3182. Superfective $5,149.40. Introducing the trotters, race number 4. Condition trotters racing 1 mile, purse $3,500, field of 7, the 1, Blazing Daya. Owned and trained by Andrew Price of Lockburn, Del Miller driving. The 2 PJ's Nike, owned by Wallant Hall Limited of Lexington, Kentucky. Robert Stewart trains for Donovan Jr. 3 China's Score, owned by Fuller of Newark. Terry Van Ruden trains, Ty Van Ruden drives. The 4 Power Balance, owned by Ivan Sugg and Steve Trott of Deschler. Ivan Sugg trains, Dave Miller drives. 5 DJ Wally Witt, owned by Don and Gene McKee of Newark. Jim Arliss Jr., the trainer with Randy Tharps. 6 Ombro Marino, owned by William and Nancy Myers of Dayton Radio, and trains Mike Wilder the bike. From post 7 Vince, owned by Richard Billman and Helen Osnagel of Jackson. Dan Ader trains. Ryan Holton is in the sulky. Win Play Show Perfecta, pick 3 wagering. 4th race, condition trotters lining up, moving in. On the backstretch, there they go. And they're off, and from the far outside, it's Vince who's sent first for the lead, Armbro Marino. Right there between them, quickly takes command, and from the inside, it's China Score who came away well 3rd. Blazing Daya to the inside is 4th. At the rail and trotting in 5, it's PJ's Nike. Inside is 6th Power Balance. The early trailer in 7th is DJ Wally Witt. Reaching the first quarter-mile marker, and on the front, the 2-1 shot, Armbro Marino, setting the early fractions by 2. Opening quarter in 28-4, and Armbro Marino by 2 lengths leads the way as they come past us, with Vince on the inside trotting in 2nd. China Score remains at the rail in 3rd, with Blazing Daya next in line in 4th. Here comes Miller now with Power Balance to the outside, moving first up and uncovered in 5th. And from off the back end, DJ Wally Witt will take after the cover, but is gapping by 2. PJ's Nike saving ground at the rail. Into the clubhouse turn, Armbro Marino continues to trot with that 2-length lead, the half in 1 minute flats. Vince on the inside is trotting his 2nd. Power Balance picking off this field 1 by 1 is now 3rd on the outside. China Score is now 4th. Down the back stretch, and Armbro Marino, the lead has now dwindled to 2 lengths. On the outside is Power Balance, and Power Balance reaching the leader's wheel. The pressure inside, Vince is trotting in 3rd. DJ Wally Witt still gapping the cover, but is right there in 4th. 3/4 in 1:29.3 as they round the final turn. It's Ambro Marino. Power Balance is stalking the leader. Vince on the inside waiting for Racing Room, and here comes China's Score on the outside with less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come, and on the front Ambro Marino has put away Power Balance, but Vince is the livest contender. Far outside China's Score. In the deep stretch it's Vince who sneaks up the inside passing lane. Vince up to win it. Ambro Marino second, China's Score third in 1:59. In the stretch to record his second of the season from post 7, Vince. 5-year-old Ohio bred son of speed and action from the Pride and Pleasure mare, Oh Joy. Over Richard Billman and Helen Eisenagel of Jackson Dan Adair, trained nicely, handled by Ryan Holton. Equaling his career mark tonight, trotting the mile 1:59 flat. Here's the field, race number 5, fifth race. Maiden claiming fillies and mares racing 1 mile. Field of 9. Number 1, Air Exception, owned by Kim Casto of London. Max Mauser trains, Darren Mauser driving. The 2 Tudors Treasure, owned by Ed Pask and Laura Lamond of Nicholasville. Trace Roberts, the trainer Don Irvine Jr. 3 Winsome Nova, owned by Marlon and Laurie Smith. Marlon Smith trains, Sean Mayhew drives. 4 Eminent Victory, owned by Neff of Commercial Point. Neff Potascala, Richard Neff trains, Charles Neff drives. The 5 Starlight Melody, owned by Peter and Gail McCann of Groveport. Alex Spence Jr. training with Mike Wilder. 6 SF Countess, owned by Robert Stapleton of Urbana. Doug Palmer, the trainer with Brad Hanners. 7 Champagne's Bandit, owned by the Stonehurst Farms of Beaver Creek. Roy Murphy trains, Ryan Holton drives. The 8 Spicy Sabra, owned and trained by John Perrin, Dave Millera. And from post 9, Kyle Palace Ellis, owned by Cheryl Van Shake of Lebanon. Ralph Lunsford, the trainer driver. Win Play Show Perfect, a twin try wagering. They're on the back stretch and they're approaching the start. And they're off, and it's Eminent Victory from mid-track, first for the lead. On the outside and second, it's the 2-year-old Starlight Melody. From between horses in third, Tudor's Treasure, Air Exception from off the pylons in fourth. SF Countess looks to drop in 5. Of the inside, a 6th Winsome Nova, 2 lengths in 7th. It's Champagne's Bandit. At the rail on 8th, Spicy Sabra, Cow Palace Alice, the early trail on 9th as they reach the first quarter. It's the 2-year-old Starlight Melody now with the lead. The opening quarter 28-3, and she leads by 2 lengths. Eminent Victory on the inside is racing in second. At the rail is Air Exception in third. SF Countess is next in line. She's followed by Winsome Nova. And now to the outside is 6th. Here comes Champagne's Bandit. At the rail in 7th, Tudor's Treasure. Spicy Sabra finds live cover to follow. Cow Palace Alice lagging behind a bit here, racing 9th. Into the clubhouse turn, and it's Starlight Melody by a length and a half, 2, half and 1 minute flats. Here comes Air Exception sprinting quickly to the outside. Mauser has pulled the pocket with the 3-year-old. Air Exception. They're now second to pressure the leader as they straighten out down the back stretch. Eminent Victory on the inside is in third, and now grabbing cover 4th. Here comes SF Countess, another 2-year-old fillet. As they race down the back stretch, it's Starlight Melody who has put away Air Exception, and she again leads by 2. Eminent Victory is the closest to challenge. The 3/4 in 1:29.3 as they round the final turn. Starlight Melody now being pressured. Eminent Victory coming out to the outside to challenge, and here comes Spicy Sabra with a full head of steam, but she's 4 wide. Less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come to the outside. It's Spicy Sabra, and Spicy Sabra puts a head in front here inside SF Countess, and tonight it belongs to Spicy Sabra. She wins it by a length and a half. over SF Countess and Starlight Melody. 8, Spicy Sabra. She's a 3-year-old Ohio-bred daughter of Tunner's Big Guy from the Sundance Skipper mare, Land Lumber. Owned trained by John Perrin of Lebanon, Dave Miller in the sulky, recording her very first career win, earning a mark tonight of 201. Fifth race is now official. 8-6 Perfecta paying $32 even, $32. The $1 twin try, 865, $27.20. Introducing the horses, race number 6, claiming Pacers, racing 1 mile. Pacing 1 mile, a purse of $1,700. Number 1 is Bummer 2, owned by David Hanauer of Lebanon. Larry Stolbaum trains and drives. The 2, Nice and Anxious, owned by Charles Conrad of Corydon, Indiana. Clint Binkley trains for Randy Tharps. 3, P.S. Cress, some of the Cress Farms of Miamisburg. Virgil Morgan Jr. trains Dave Miller. The 4, Mr. Destiny, owned by Rhonda Stidham of Ohio and Francis and Robert DeMayo of Indianapolis, Indiana. Rocky Stidham trains and drives. From post 5, Falcon Signal, owned and trained by Kip Hall of Lebanon, Darren Mauser. The 6, Prince Yara A, owned by Bruce Burke, Larry Samuels, and Sheldon Tenai of Columbus. Alex Spence Jr. training with Mike Wilder driving. 7 is Vice Speed, owned by Ken Valerian of Aurora. Donovan Jr. trains and drives. And the 8, Medcore, owned and trained by Ira Kreitzer, West Alexandria. Brad Hanners in the sulky. One play show per 6th race, claiming Pacers. Letting it moving in. On the backstretch, there they go. And they're off, and it's Mr. Destiny from mid-track, but on the inside, Bummer 2, 1 step quicker. From between horses, it's Nice and Anxious. P.S. Crest ducks in quickly in 4th. Angling in 5 comes Prince Sierra A to the inside, and racing in 6th, it's Falcon Signal. To the outside in 7th, Vice Speed Medcore, the early trail of 8th. Around the first turn, and Mr. Destiny has taken the lead. Bummer 2 to the inside is racing in 2nd. Nice and Anxious, 3 lengths back in 3rd. P.S. Crest is 4th. Opening quarter in 28 and 2. They're in straight alignment, but a bit strung out here as they come through the stretch. Bummer 2 is out and moving. Stallbaum bringing Bummer 2 to the outside, taking the lead from Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny will give it up, but not easily. On the inside and racing 3rd is Nice and Anxious. Then comes P.S. Crest, who's racing 4th and now flushes the cover. To the outside in 5 comes Prince Sierra A, who also takes the live cover. Racing into the clubhouse turn, they reach the half in 58 and 4. And on the front, Bummer 2 has retaken the lead here by 2 lengths. Mr. Destiny to the inside is 2nd. Nice and Anxious underway now. He is parked first up in 3rd, and P.S. Crest wants to go out and now will go out 3 wide. And racing between horses, 4th comes Prince Sierra A as they fired on the backstretch. The pace will quicken. Bummer 2 is now under attack. Nice and Anxious and P.S. Crest are 2 and 3 wide at the 3/4 and 128 and 1. But Bummer 2 has the shortest distance here and uses that inside to his advantage. He continues to lead a length and a half too, but he's all out. Outside, and Nice and Anxious is there 2nd. Mr. Destiny can't keep up in 3rd with less than a 16th. And Bummer 2 extends the lead here. The 12-year-old is drawing clear. It's Bummer 2 home free. A battle here unfolding for the 2nd spot. Bummer 2 in front. Hanover, owned by David Hanauer of Lebanon. Larry Stallbaum, the trainer driver. 5th win of the season, new career mark, 156 and 3. Second, number 6, Prince Sierra A. 3rd, number 2, Nice and Anxious, 162. Here's the field now for race number 7, the 7th race, a $4,000 claiming a pace, racing 1 mile, purse $1,900, the 1 Ironstone Hardy, owned by Tim Wright of Ferry, Kentucky. Clint Binkley trains, Randy Tharps drives. The 2 winning rival, by Ron Householder of Worcesterville. Pat Barnhart, the trainer-driver. 3 San Rook, by Tim Mensch. Howard Murray of Sunbury and Columbus. Tim Mensch trains. Don Irvine Jr. up. 4 Avies Cash Flow, then trained by Raymond Thiel of London with Dave Miller. 5 Burr Rabbit, with the 3 guys from Olivet 93 Inc. Larry Stolbaum trains, drives. 6 CO Premier, then trained by Chuck Grubbs of Grove City, Ohio. Brad Hanner's up. 7 is Simcoe Lane, then trained and driven by Bob Barnett. From post 8, Ada Penny, by Warren Holland of Bainbridge. Tom Horner Jr. trains. Jim Shelton driving. And the 9 Darton Charlie, owned by Tom Milliken of West Alexander, Pennsylvania. Greg Luther trains. Mike Wilder in the sulky. 7th race, Claiming Pacers, all in behind the gate. They're on the backstretch now. They're approaching the start. And they're off, and it's Avies Cash Flow who's first for the lead. Alongside in second, it's San Rook. From the inside in 3, Ironstone Artie, Winning Rival, keep away 4th. Burr Rabbit angles in 5. From the outside in 6th, it's EO Premier. On the wheel in 7th, Simcoe Lane. To the inside 8th, it's Ada Penny. Darton Charlie watching the early action from the back. Reaching the first quarter-mile marker, the leader is San Rook. Irvine leads her by 2. Opening quarter 27-4. Out of the inside, racing in second. Avies Cash Flow. Ironstone Artie 3 lengths off in 3rd. Winning Rival is racing 4th. Then comes Burr Rabbit in 5th. 2 lengths and 6th, EO Premier. In straight alignment here as they race into the clubhouse turn. San Rook about to be joined up by Ironstone Artie, who's out and rolling. San Rook with the lead. Ironstone Artie first up on the outside in second. At the wheel, Avies Cash Flow in 3rd. The half, 57-2. To the backstretch they go. And it's San Rook who leads by 2. Avies Cash Flow to the inside is gapping slightly in second. And Ironstone Artie tried a big move, but it didn't work. He's now uncovered and he's parked in 3rd. Burr Rabbit at the wheel is buried in 4th. Outside in 5, Winning Rival has a perfect trip. Then to the outside in 6th, it's Simcoe Lane. Tightly packed here, 3/4, 127-1. And Irvine with the lead with San Rook. They've set the tempo the entire way. They continue to lead. Avies Cash Flow angles to the outside, and Ironstone Artie is done. Less than an 8th, and down the stretch they come. And on the front, it's San Rook, but on the outside, here comes Avies Cash Flow. To the inside is Burr Rabbit. 3 of them across. Burr Rabbit inside passing lane. Burr Rabbit a half a length. San Rook and Avies Cash Flow tight for second in 156-4. It's official. Trackside, the winner, number 5, Burr. Here are the horses now. Race number 8, 8th race. Condition Pacers racing 1 mile. Number 1 is On the Beam Sam, owned by Ellen and Mike Havens, Jim and Tish Arledge of Ohio. Jim Arledge Jr. trains. Don Irvine Jr. drives. The 2 Preston's Pal, owned by Ivan and Duke Sugg of Daschler. Ivan Sugg training. Randy Tharp's driving. 3 is Paxton Road, owned by Lawrence Brand of Utica. Walt Johnson trains. Ryan Holton up. The 4 Friendship Hanover, owned by the Bittany Farms of Versailles, Kentucky. Daisy Acres of Astoria, New York. Alan Regal trains. Dave Miller drives. 5 Come On Tiger, owned by Jerry Summers of Pickerington. Susan Northfluss of Columbus. Dan Eder trains and drives. The 6 Lasher My Lasher, owned by Adams of Indian Springs and Adams of Middletown. Scott McQuinn trains and drives. 7 Sharp Steve, owned by the White Eyes stable of Lebanon. John Perrin trains. Brad Hanners in the sulky. Win play show perfect, a trifecta wager. 8th race. Condition Pacers on and behind the gate on the backstretch. There they go. And they're off, and from the inside, it's Preston's Pal who surges for the lead. Alongside in second, Paxton Road coming away second. Friendship Hanover looks to settle in third. And from off the rail, it's the Ohio bred On the Beam Salmon fourth. Racing 5, Come On Tiger, 2 lengths in sixth. Lasher My Lasher, Sharp Steve the early trailer. Around the first turn and on the front for the lead, it's Preston's Pal. The opening quarter mile marker in 27-4. And to the inside, racing is second, and it's Paxton Road. But here comes Friendship Hanover setting sail to the outside, and Friendship Hanover is coming with authority. Friendship Hanover right to the front. Preston Pal will give it up on the inside for cover in second. Paxton Road remains at the wheel in third. On the beam, Sam, 3 lengths in fourth, another 3 lengths, 5. Come On Tiger for the back in sixth. Lasher My Lasher trailing is Sharp Steve. Half and 57-1 as they make the swing to the backstretch. And it's Friendship Hanover coming in from the Fox Stakes, leading here a length and a half, 2 over Preston's Pal. Paxton Road remains third off the rail with On the Beam Salmon fourth. Now to the outside, here comes Sharp Steve from seventh, now sixth, now fifth, now fourth, and he'll flush cover as they race into the final turn. Friendship Hanover being pressured to the outside by Paxton Road. Preston's Pal at the rail in third. 3/4, 127-1. Around the final turn, and it's Friendship Hanover, but Preston's Pal about to strike to the outside at the rail. Paxton Road now less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Friendship Hanover has a lead, and he's drawing clear here. Friendship Hanover by 3-4 lengths. Inside, Preston's Pal racing a second. Paxton Road up for third, but it's Friendship Hanover in 1:56. Cents, 21.80. Here is the winner, number 4, Friendship Hanover, a New Jersey eligible, sired by No Nukes from the Sun mare, French Dressing. Number the Brittany Farms of Sales, Kentucky, and Daisy Acres of Astoria, New York. Alan Real trains Dave Miller in the sulky, coming in with from a second place finish in the prestigious Fox Stakes. Wins his first career tonight, taking a mark of 156 flats. For driver Dave Miller, it's a driving triple tonight. Here's how they finished. On the beam, Sam 6, Preston's Pal 2, Paxton Road 3, Friendship Hanover the winner, Come On Tiger 4, Lasher My Lasher 7, Sharp Steve 5. Here on the horses, race number 9, claiming Pacers racing 1 mile, the 1 tab of the circle. Oh, by Jenna, 10, Paul Hoffman of Reynoldsburg. Jim Florio trains, Mike Wilder drives. 246 Guns, owned by Paul Hoschall of Illinois. Larry Stolbaum trains and drives. The 3 Corky's Young Wolf from the Cheatenhart stable of Fairborn. Jimmy Majeski trains, Dave Majeski up. The 4 Governor Hooney, owned by Dorothy Hamilton of Wilmington. Larry Tinch training and driving. The 5 Broadway Celebrity was Sydney's 4 Horsemen of Sydney, Ohio. Paul Wagner training for Brad Hanners. The 6 Awesome One, owned by Charles Taylor. Clint Binkley trains, Randy Tharps driving. 7 Ready Wet, owned by Elliot Deaton of Somerville. He also trains and he also drives. The 8 James Owen Tudor, leased by Robert Zink of Ohio. Tommy Smith training for Dave Miller. And the 9 Wire Me Money, owned trained by Alex Spence Jr. Grove City. Don Irvine Jr. in the sulky. Win Play Show Perfecta Superfecta wager. 9th race, claiming Pacers are on the back stretch. There they go. And they're off, and Corky's Young Wolf outstepping 46 Guns for the lead of the inside and third tab of the circle. And these two fire to the first turn. On the inside and fourth, Governor Hooney. Outside in 5, it's Awesome One. On the inside, racing a 6th Broadway Celebrity. Followed 7th by Ready Wet. Then comes James Owen Tudor. Wire Me Money is the trailer. Reaching the first quarter mile marker, opening panel 27 and 3, 46 Guns has a lead. Inside and second, tab of the circle. Followed third by Corky's Young Wolf. At the rail, gapping fourth, Governor Hooney. First to move 5, here comes Awesome One. Broadway Celebrity to the outside, takes the cover in 6th, but it's gapping that cover. At the rail in 7th, Ready Wit, James Owen Tudor next in line, Wire Me Money on the back end. Approaching the half, and on the front, 46 guns, the half, 57 and 3. At the rail in 2nd, Tab of the Circle, Awesome One. Moving steadily on the outside is now 3rd. Inside and 4th, Corky's Young Wolf and Broadway Celebrity. Now tightens up on the cover in 5th. Down the back stretch they go in 46 gun, being pressured heavily here by Awesome One, and 46 guns cashing it in here to the outside. Awesome One right on by for the lead. Broadway Celebrity to the outside, losing his cover, is now first up in 2nd. The 3/4 127 and 3. Around the final turn, and Awesome One has a lead with Broadway Celebrity. Right there in 2nd. Out of the outside, Wire Me Money has worked out a profitable trip with less than a 16th to go. And Broadway Celebrity on the outside, digging in here, taking the lead. Wire Me Money is closing quickly, but it's Broadway Celebrity a half a length over Wire Me Money, Awesome One, and James Owen Tudor. 157 and 2. Trackside, the winner, number 5, Broadway Celebrity, 6-year-old Illinois-bred son of Broadway Express, sold by Sydney's 4 Horsemen of Sydney, Ohio. Paul Wagner trains Brad Hanners in the sulky. First win of the season for the Hoosier Park regular. The mile, 157 and 2.